Hello students, welcome to my channel Engineering Education. Please subscribe my channel. Thank you. This lecture is about Bloom's taxonomy. The contents of this lecture are: we will discuss Bloom's taxonomy, taxonomy terms which are of two types: original terms and new terms. Also called original terms are also called old version, while new terms is called new version of Bloom's taxonomy. Exploring each of the 6 levels in Bloom's taxonomy, questions of Bloom's taxonomy, and finally summary is given and we will discuss. Introduction. Bloom's taxonomy is a classification of different objectives and skills that educators set for their students, meaning learning objectives or learning outcomes. The taxonomy was proposed in 1956 by Benjamin Bloom, an educational psychologist at the University of Chicago. The terminology has been recently updated in 2001 to include 6 levels of learning. A group of cognitive psychologists and instructional researchers formulated and revised the Bloom taxonomy in 2001 and published it internationally for the assessment of students. These 6 levels can be used to structure the learning objectives, lessons, and assessments of the course. Original terms, which is also called old version, and new terms, which is also called new version. There are 6 levels in old version as well as in new version. Old version has levels starting from knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. New version updated in 2001. This was presented in 1956 by Bloom, while this was updated by a group of cognitive psychologists in 2001, and they replaced these terms by these terms. Knowledge was replaced by remembering. Similarly, comprehension by understanding. Application was replaced by applying. Analysis was replaced by analyzing. Synthesis replaced by creating, while evaluation replaced by evaluating. There is only change in terms. So, revised Bloom's taxonomy. This is the revised Bloom taxonomy levels: remembering, understanding, applying, analyzing, evaluating, and creating. These 3 levels, remembering, understanding, and applying, these are low order thinking levels, and analyzing, evaluating, and creating, these are high order thinking levels. A short and brief definition of each level is presented here. For example, what is remembering? So it is retrieving, recognizing, and recalling relevant knowledge from long-term memory. Similarly, understanding is constructing meaning from oral, written, and graphic messages through interpreting, exemplifying, classifying, summarizing, inferring, comparing, and explaining, etc. Applying is carrying out or using a procedure for executing or implementing, applying the knowledge. Analyzing is breaking material into constituent parts, determining how the parts relate to one another and to an overall structure or purpose through differentiating, organizing, and attributing. Fifth is evaluating, making judgments based on criteria and standards through checking and critiquing. Sixth is creating, putting elements together to form a coherent or functional whole, reorganizing elements into a new pattern or structure through generating, planning, or producing. Little more detail is given for each cognitive level of the Bloom taxonomy. Remembering is about what you remember, usually simple, short answers. It's all about memorization. Questions related to remembering may be, for example, make a timeline of your typical day, write a list of keywords you know about in a paragraph or a lesson, label the given diagram. Second is understanding, moving toward in-depth understanding and being able to construct meaning. Expand on simple memorization to create bigger picture. Examples are explain why the character solved the problem in this particular way. It needs in-depth understanding. Prepare a flow chart to illustrate the sequence of events. Also need understanding of the things. Third is applying. Put your knowledge to use. Using knowledge to implement your understanding, what you have learned and understand. Examples are how can you apply knowledge to situation or problem. For example, math applied to construction and business, making PowerPoint presentations for class, and public speaking. Fourth is analyzing. Think critically about what you know. Analysis requires you to examine what you know. Do you really know? Or to determine how do concepts relate to one another, or an overall structure. Discuss topics at length and offer insight. Examples are what roles has technology played in recent times. So this type of question may be related to analyzing. Make a flow chart to show the critical stages. This can also be related to the analyzing. Fifth is evaluating. Bringing all the pieces together. What judgments or assumptions can be made after you have critiqued the information? Example questions are, what are some characteristics of that type of audience? Why are those unique? Or to prepare a list of criteria to judge. What changes to do. For example, would you recommend? So this is related to evaluation or evaluating. Sixth is creating. The learner creates new ideas and information using what has been previously learned. Examples are: prepare an audio-visual presentation illustrating the development of special effects techniques over past 30 years. Create a website that rates educational videos. And what will your ratings be based on? What are the factors? What are the base factors to create a website? So these type of activities are related with creating. Bloom's taxonomy questions. Questioning should be used purposefully to achieve well-defined goals. Bloom's taxonomy is a classification of thinking organized by level of complexity. It gives teachers and students an opportunity to learn and practice a range of thinking and provides a simple structure for many different kinds of questions and thinking. The taxonomy involves all categories of questions. Typically, a teacher would vary the level of questions within a single lesson. So the complexity level can be varied from simple to complex within a single lesson by a teacher within a specific course using Bloom's taxonomy levels. Lower and higher order questions. As we discussed, that there are two domains of Bloom's taxonomy. One is lower order thinking levels and second is high order thinking levels. So lower level questions are those at the remembering, understanding and lower level application of the taxonomy. Usually questions at the lower levels are appropriate for evaluating students' preparation and comprehension, diagnosing students' strengths and weaknesses, reviewing and or summarizing content. So low order questions help to evaluate these kind of things. High order thinking levels questions are those requiring complex application, analysis, evaluation or creation skills. Questions at higher levels of the taxonomy are usually most appropriate for encouraging students to think more deeply and critically, problem solving, encouraging discussions, stimulating students to seek information on their own. So these high order thinking level questions help to perform these activities. Summary is Bloom's is hierarchical, meaning that learning at the higher level is dependent on having attained prerequisite knowledge and skills at lower levels. Bloom's taxonomy is often displayed as a pyramid graphic as shown to help demonstrate this hierarchy. So this is all about Bloom's taxonomy. Thanks for watching. Please like and comment on my videos. Also subscribe my channel to get new videos.